Hello again, and good afternoon in this nice sunny day full of snow outside. Today we're having some wine from the Piedmont area called Roagna. Roagna is the maker, and it's the Langhe Rosso from 2014. Now, the interesting bit about this particular wine is it's a mix of two vineyards. Young vines, the younger vines, in two premium vineyards of the Roagna family. One is the Pira, which is the Barolo, the Barolo vineyard, and one is called PJ, which is one of their Barbaresco vineyards. Now, Roagna goes back to actually before Barbaresco became an official appellation in the late 19th century. So they had started making wine before that. The family so goes back 120, 130 years, multiple generations. They've made a lot of wine. They've acquired vineyards along the way. They don't have a ton of land. They probably have, I think they have like 3 premium Barbaresco vineyards and 1 Barolo vineyard, the Pira, that they bought maybe 20, 30 years ago. So it's not a big operation, but they've always been associated with quality in that region. And this is a 2014 Langhe, so it's younger vines made to be drunk a little bit sooner. This is how they get more wines in the market, as we've discussed earlier. The Barbarescos are at twice, 2.5, 2 to 2.5 to 3 times the price, and they certainly can gain by being cellared a lot longer. 2014 was a pretty good year for Barbaresco, better than from Barolo. You get some really sort of intensity from 2014 in Barbaresco that seems to help them a little bit. Now, this is a Nebbiolo grape, as we know, 100% Nebbiolo from these two vineyards. The color, I don't know if you can see, the color is extremely light, meaning sort of a light red, light brown. You can really see through it very easily. You have to take my word for it. And so it's an interesting phenomenon because we tend to associate, color with strength or whatever. I mean, this is a 14% alcohol. This is a very, very fine wine. And the lightness has to do with the extraction. I think these guys probably have decided not to extract the wine too much, maybe because of the year in 2014. Maybe they do this the other vintages. I haven't tried another one, and it's a matter of not wanting to get too much of the skin and the pits and the stems into the final juice, so that you can have a better balance between the tannins and the acidity and the sort of overall level of harmony in the wine. And it's just delightful to look at because of that. The other interesting thing in the soil in the Piedmont that I read recently is that it's pretty high pH soil because there's a lot of limestone, both on the Barolo and Barbaresco side, which are, as you may know, very close to each other, and they all make Nebbiolo. And the funny thing is that high pH soil does tend to make low pH grapes, and so, which is great because that's a high acidity wine that can age better and help contribute to the balance of the wine over time. Anyway, that being said, let's see what we have here. The nose is very floral, and I've noticed this before. Very floral. It's more floral than fruit, at least to me. And it's interesting to have that in a red wine. I like that for a change. There is a fair bit of alcohol, despite the innocuous looking, light color. And it just seems to be very smooth, at least to the nose. Nothing really grabs you. It's got, other than the floral aspect and the alcohol. The floral alcoholic, that mixed, I just find that very, very appealing. I can't really put words on it, but it's just very, very nice. The palate's great. The finish is nice and smooth, not very strong. I mean, it's just right. And I think this is I opened this bottle 3 days ago, so you're gonna get some of that maybe refinement over time. I do get a little bit of leather, a little bit of a different kind of taste at the end here, other than the flowers and a bit of fruit and the alcohol. It's a bit sharp, it's floral, it's interesting, it's sort of that, it's a little bit of that leathery, different kind of flavor on the end. It's just a great wine for that. Again, if you're buying a Roagna is really a premium winemaker. This is, I know, this is like a $35 to $40 bottle, which sounds like a lot of money for a Langhe, but it's really as good as many Barbarescos, especially in years where it was difficult to make really good wine. So you've got to trust the quality of the house. And buying a Langhe from an okay year, which is not very expensive, is probably a very good investment. Cheers.